Teachers fear transgender students are becoming political pawns for GOP bills. I think of every trans student who has ever sat in my classroom, and, frankly, they deserve better, Melissa Tracy, a teacher in Delaware, said. Heather Hughes, a music and math teacher at a private school in Eureka Springs, Arkansas, said a 16-year-old student pulled out her phone Monday afternoon and announced that Governor Asa Hutchinson had vetoed a bill that would have banned transgender minors from accessing gender-affirming medical care. Hughes said it shows that young people understand the national conversation about trans youth, who are the focus of a wave of state bills that seek to restrict their access to transition-related medical care and sports. They get that something's up, and they understand enough to be like, this is a bad idea, Hughes said of her students. They think it's asinine. They don't understand why it's a big deal in the first place, like why bother making these bills, and so then anytime it's brought up, they're mostly infuriated. Another student, who is 15, talked to Hughes last week about how they wanted to start testosterone soon. But on Tuesday, the Arkansas legislature overrode Hutchinson's veto, and the state is now poised to become the first to ban gender-affirming care for trans minors. The law bans insurance plans from covering or reimbursing the cost of transition-related care for minors, including puberty blockers and hormones. After it takes effect this summer, Hughes' student won't be able to use testosterone unless they pay out of pocket, which Hughes said is not that likely given their situation. Hughes, who is also trans, called the Arkansas law ridiculous, and said it opens up the door to more restrictions. She said her doctor informed her that part of the law will also explicitly allow private insurance companies in the state to refuse to cover gender-affirming care for trans people of any age. We're already getting priced out of so many things and already face enough, why make it worse? Hughes is one of 17,300 educators in the U.S. and Canada who signed an open letter to President Joe Biden Monday calling on him to do more to directly address the wave of state bills targeting transgender young people. There are currently 20 states that have introduced bills that would prohibit or restrict transition care for trans minors, according to the ACLU, and more than 30 that have introduced measures that would ban trans student athletes from competing on school sports teams that align with their gender identity. According to the Movement Advancement Project, 5 states, Arkansas, Idaho, Mississippi, Tennessee and South Dakota, have passed such legislation, though a federal judge stopped Idaho's law from taking effect last August.